Actually, you know, my car broke down, I got laid off, I got some issues with the baby mama, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of issues, but hey, it's Lance McGowan here, and today I'm going to share part 2 of a guy who doesn't like the word essential oils. And on top of that, he ain't even going near him. He don't want anything to do with them. And here's what he left on one of my YouTube videos. He said, "Thank you, Lance, for making this video and addressing this. People love their essential oils, but not everyone cares for them. What may be lovely to one person may be an irritant to another. And because EOs are a high VOC product, those who use them liberally force it on others who may find it offensive. For myself, being near someone who has applied essential oils causes severe sinus irritation that is very painful, and my lungs simply can't handle it. I'm just one of those people that needs low VOC clean air environment. In my personal case, EOs are no different than secondhand smoke or a Glade plug-in chemical air freshener. They all produce the same outcome for me: respiratory distress. I have friends I love. I cannot even go near or enter their homes because of the essential oil craze. So is it any wonder I do not like essential oils? Question mark. They wreak havoc on my health and life." Well, dang. Thank you for leaving a second comment on one of my other videos. Tell me how you really feel, okay? Alright, so I said, you're welcome. I understand what you're saying about essential oils being volatile organic compounds. That's what VOC stands for. So boom, the more you know. But they are different from a chemical constituent standpoint than smoke or air fresheners by a long shot. The quality, quantity, brand, and other factors play a role into how you react to them. Moreover, just because you have a sensitivity to them doesn't mean there is something automatically wrong with an essential oil. Getting a comprehensive blood sample for allergies, a live blood analysis for cellular irregularities, and doing a 2-week food journal to assess diet and lifestyle factors would be 3 good starting points. They absolutely would be. They would allow an opportunity for the root cause of your respiratory distress to be found, to make sure an accurate conclusion can be drawn to besides experimental rhetoric. So yeah, I mean, it's important to kind of like find the root cause of stuff, but also find natural solutions for things. And if there is a sensitivity to the oils, I mean, I know people like that as well. They're just like, oh, I can't go near it. But then they may have like other things in their home, like candles or air fresheners or other stuff that gives off scents and smells. And you're just like, well, why did you buy that? Like, it starts to feel like it's more in here and not really in here or here, right? You feel me? It's like mindset, not actual body. But you know, that's kind of controversial, kind of debatable, because some people are like, no, Lance, I don't like it because I'm this or that. It's like, okay, calm down. You might need an oil for that, but you're not gonna like the smell. So I don't know how I can help you. Maybe just count to 10, do some push-ups or something. Here we go. He said, "Thanks, Lance. All good recommendations." Okay, you know. But unfortunately, I have a reason why I cannot be near aromatic hydrocarbons. I'll take biology and chemistry for $500. Okay. Regardless of their source. I used to paint cars for a living, inhaled excessive amounts of hydrocarbons, and sensitized myself, them, and other hydrocarbons. Maybe to them and other hydrocarbons. Okay, anyways. The aromatic benzene compounds get me every time. So we're getting a little technical. It's okay. It's okay. He's sensitive to smells in general, is what I'm gathering from that. It doesn't matter if they are synthetic compounds or pure organic compounds. The outcome is the same. Been this way for 30 years. But it's my fault for overexposing myself to aromatic compounds that can trigger sensitization. There is no known cure. I made a mistake, Lance. Wait, what? Somebody actually admitted to making a mistake? I'm going to read that again because that don't really happen that often. It almost happens never. Okay, he said, "I made a mistake, Lance." What the? I mean, I make mistakes too, so I'm glad people are being honest, because a lot of times when people leave comments, they're just like, shame on you, and this negative comment, that, and you know, it's just like, all right. And then sometimes people will be like, well, Lance, what if they talked about you and all the things you've done? It's like, all right, I talk about it in my videos if you watch them all the way, instead of just saying, well, I'm only going to watch 1/4 of this because I don't like the way you're talking. It's just like, well, if you finish the whole 100% of the video, you would see how I owned up to some of my stuff maybe, and you know how I make mistakes as well. But clearly you jump to conclusions really soon and hold on to them tightly, so I can't do nothing with that. Anyway, we're getting off topic because I'm starting to rant, and that's outside the topic scope of this video, so yeah. So then he says, I engaged in an occupation that involved excessive inhalation of hydrocarbons and did damage. Now, when I'm exposed to aromatic hydrocarbons, I am very sensitive to them. I screwed up. Wow. Just the level of ownership is just admirable. Like, it's great to see. It's refreshing to see. Because that's really the first step. Like, you got to own your own stuff, and then you can kind of start finding solutions. That happens a lot when I ask people, do you have any health priorities or anything that you're, you could use help with, or is there a need with your health that you could, use something natural for? And they're just like, nope, I'm good. I'm perfectly healthy and fine. And I'm just like, you don't have stress? And they're like, oh yeah, sometimes, but I'm good overall. I was like, it's just like, it's a lot of mindset stuff. Like people, I mean, I already did a video on that whole topic, but that's something that is kind of like, well, either you're not aware of what you need help with your health, or you're lying, so let's just be real. But I don't tell people that. I'm just like, for myself, I say, here's what my health priorities are, here's how I'm getting them under control, because I have to do specific things, and if there is something more natural, more safe, or more effective, then I'm open to listening about what that is, especially if it'll work better, right? So, or if it's a lower cost or something like that. But if it's not and my need is being met, I'm good. But I'm at least, my point is, at least I'm honest about what I need help with and how I'm addressing that and how much it's costing. A lot of times people would just be like, no, I'm good. And it's just like, are you really? Because that's like somebody saying, well, hey, how are you? And they're saying, oh, I'm good. And it's like a greeting. It's not really like, no, I'm actually, my car broke down, I got laid off, I got some issues with the baby mama, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of issues, but I mean, you don't want to tell everybody your business at the same time, but I'm just saying there's got to be some level of like awareness and honesty on stuff and admitting stuff. But anyways, I digress. Let's continue. Okay. I said, good to know, and thank you for sharing that. Hopefully others can learn from that and not go down the same road. I mean, that's really the hope, right? Learn from others' mistakes is a lot less expensive and costs a lot less time than making the mistake yourself. I would be glad a respiratory sensitivity was the only outcome and not liver or kidney toxicity and free radical damage to red blood cell structures. And that's the truth, because maybe there was, and it hasn't really played itself out yet, but I want to hope for the best, right? Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best with myself and others, right? So if you have a game plan, that's better than no plan. And then I said, I wish you well. There might be some natural solutions besides aromatherapy that could help with the other side effects / consequences of what happened once the collateral damage is figured out fully through diagnostics testing. That's right, you got to know what solution you need. First, you need to know what the problem is and the root cause of those problems. And then what's the lesson learned? Well, pursue a career that you're passionate about, right? Even if it means making it a side hustle until it becomes a main hustle later on, and something that is safe for your body and your mind, right? I had to leave my previous employer because I was overly stressed out. My skin was getting really bad from an acne standpoint. I wasn't eating the best, and my employees were, and managers and peers even were backstabbing, front stabbing, side stabbing. It was a very low trust environment, and I was just like, you know what, I want to be a part of a positive, high trust environment where communication is transparent and seamless, and the products and services and people are things I believe in with my heart and with my mind and with my soul. And I would say I have that now, but I had to leave the financial security and leave the toxicity in order to do things on my own. And as Drake said, I had to start from the bottom, right? Start from the bottom, right? And then I had to work my way up. And so it takes time, 3 to 5 years of consistent effort. And a lot of times people quit before they start to see results, or they may see a little bit of results and it's not as fast and they quit. And it's just like, well, yes, you can see other people, but it's so important we don't compare ourselves to other people with regards to how fast they saw results, because we don't know what went into that, right? But we do know, and what we can control is what we think, what we say, and what we do with our hands and our feet. That's what we can control, so we got to focus on that every day. And that's what we read, that's what we watch, that's what we listen to, that's who we hang around with, that's significant other, that's friends, that's family, that's all that. And some people may be like, well, I can't get rid of that person because I'm married to them, or I can't get rid of that because that's my family. It's just like, you ain't got to get rid, but help yourself, grow yourself, live your best life, become the best version of you, and let that light shine and maybe rub off on them eventually, even if it's like 10 years later. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you did. Hit subscribe for future video updates if you haven't already done so. And check out some of the links in the description below so you can continue to get your learn on. And I'll see you in the next video.